All right, let's dive into the world of Ali Abdaal. You know, former doctor turned crazy successful content creator, entrepreneur, someone a lot of people look up to in the online business world.
Okay.
We've got two really insightful YouTube interviews to pull from today.
Good.
One of Ali by Colin and Samir, and another where Ali's actually the one doing the interviewing,
Oh, wow.
talking to entrepreneur Daniel Priestley. So we're getting meta with this one. You ready to get meta?
Absolutely. You know what I find really interesting about Ollie's journey is he kind of embodies this shift that we're seeing, like where the lines are blurred between content creator and educator entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He's built something really unique.
Right.
And I think that's what we're going to unpack today is, how he did it and what can you learn from it.
Yeah. And it's not just about like making videos. It's about building a sustainable business
Right.
that actually gives you freedom to pursue your passions. And like that's what makes Ali so relatable to so many of us. I mean, this guy was a doctor.
I know.
Talk about a stable, respected career path.
For sure.
But 6 years before that interview with Colin and Samir, he starts making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
A few years later, takes the leap, quits medicine, and just goes all in on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a gutsy move.
It was definitely a risk.
Yeah.
But I think what's fascinating is he didn't just dive in blindly. He was building his audience
Right.
while he was still working.
Yeah.
So he was experimenting with different content formats while he still had that stable income,
Right.
which I think gave him a really good foundation.
It's a good point. It reminds us that like you can start building your online business on the side,
Yeah. Yeah.
testing the waters before making any drastic career changes. But let's talk about the results here.
Okay.
In 2017, his online ventures brought in a whopping $2.
Wow.
Fast forward to 2023.
Okay.
He's projecting over $5 million in revenue.
That's not just success. That's explosive growth.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I think it speaks to his strategic approach.
Yeah.
He didn't chase like viral fame or anything.
Yeah.
He focused on building assets and diversifying his income streams.
Right. And his flagship course, Part-Time YouTuber Academy, is a perfect example. It generated about $2 million in the first half of 2023 alone.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a live cohort-based course,
Right.
which means he's heavily involved in teaching and coaching each group of students.
Yeah.
That has to be demanding.
That sounds really demanding.
Right.
Especially on top of all the other things he's doing.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about.
Yeah, and he's spoken about that. The
Yeah.
stress and the unsustainable workload that comes with that format.
Yeah.
So even though it's profitable, it's not a model that really scales easily or allows for much freedom.
It's kind of ironic considering his goals.
You think at that level of income, things would be
Smooth sailing?
super smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that even successful entrepreneurs
Right.
struggle with this balance between profit and lifestyle.
Yeah.
So how is he addressing this challenge?
Well, he's decided to transition the live cohort to a self-paced version of the course.
So that'll allow him to reach a larger audience, scale more efficiently, and free up his time for other projects.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a classic example of moving from a high-touch, high-effort model to something more automated and passive.
That's a light bulb moment for me.
Yeah.
It's not just about creating a great product or service. It's about designing a business model
Right.
that supports your lifestyle goals.
Yeah,
We get so caught up in the hustle
totally.
that we forget about the why behind it all.
Yeah,
So true. So true. But Ollie's got other income streams too.
right.
AdSense is bringing in around $50,000 a month.
Wow.
And he's got sponsorships and affiliate marketing, other smaller courses.
So he's really diversified his income.
He has.
Okay.
Just smart. So smart considering, the online world is constantly changing.
Yeah.
It's like he's built multiple pillars to support his business. But what's striking to me is that even with all these different income streams, he's been very intentional about building his brand as an educator and a thought leader.
Yeah.
It's not about just grabbing whatever money he can. It's about building something with real staying power.
Right. And that's where his interview with Daniel Priestley comes in.
Okay.
Daniel, who's built multiple multi-million-dollar businesses himself,
Okay.
offers this framework called CAOS for building a successful business from scratch.
Chaos.
Chaos.
Okay. I'm intrigued. How does chaos help build a successful business?
Well, it's not about like creating chaos in your business, but it's an acronym
Okay.
that stands for concept, audience, offer, and sales.
Got it.
So it's essentially like a roadmap that helps you think strategically about each stage of building a successful business.
Okay. So it's about bringing order to the chaos of entrepreneurship.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the first step concept is all about finding a business idea that's genuinely rooted in your passions.
Right.
Don't chase trends or quick money. That's
Yeah.
rarely sustainable.
Wow.
Think about Ali's journey. He started by sharing his passion for productivity and study techniques,
Yeah.
something that he genuinely enjoyed and knew a lot about.
It was never about being a YouTube star for him.
Right.
It was about sharing his knowledge and helping others.
Exactly.
And that authenticity shines through, which is probably why people connect with him so strongly.
That's a key point. Your passion fuels your business.
Mhm.
It helps you push through the challenges, stay motivated,
Yeah.
ultimately create something that's truly valuable, but passion alone isn't enough.
Right.
That's where the second element of the CAOS framework comes in, audience.
Right. You've got to find the right people who resonate with your concept,
Exactly.
the people who will actually benefit from what you're offering.
Yeah, finding your tribe.
Yeah.
Daniel really emphasizes the importance of identifying an audience that has a genuine need for your product or service, and ideally one that has the financial capacity to invest in a solution.
So thinking about who's most likely to benefit from your expertise
Yeah.
and who's willing to pay for it.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
about finding that sweet spot where your passion aligns with a market need.
Got it.
It's not about exploiting people. It's about providing genuine value to those who are seeking it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like finding that perfect Venn diagram overlap,
Yeah.
between what you love, what you're good at, what people need.
Totally.
But once you've identified your audience, how do you actually package that,
Wow.
your knowledge, your skills into something tangible that people will pay for?
That's where offer comes in.
Okay.
And this is where Ali excels.
Okay.
Think about his part-time YouTuber academy. He didn't just throw together a bunch of random videos. He crafted a comprehensive program that provides step-by-step guidance, community support, accountability.
Right.
He clearly demonstrates the value and the return on investment for anyone who wants to build a successful YouTube channel.
So it's not just about the information itself. It's about how you package it and present it
Totally.
in a way that's compelling and accessible.
Yeah, it's about the transformation,
Yeah.
not just the content.
Exactly.
And that ties into the final element, sales.
Okay.
Now, a lot of creators shy away from sales, but Daniel emphasizes that it's crucial for any successful business. It's about having those direct conversations with potential customers, understanding their needs,
Yeah.
and confidently communicating the value that you offer.
So it's not about being pushy or manipulative.
No,
It's about building relationships and helping people make informed decisions.
exactly. And I think Ali demonstrates this really well. He's very transparent about his pricing. He addresses potential objections head on,
Right.
and he focuses on building trust with his audience.
That's something we can all learn from, regardless of what we're selling. Authenticity and transparency go a long way in building a sustainable business.
For sure.
But I'm curious, this CAOS framework seems very product-focused.
Yeah.
What about service-based businesses? How does that fit into this model?
That's a great question. And it brings us to another important concept that Daniel highlights the difference between what he calls the J curve, which is often associated with product-based businesses, and the high-ticket, low-volume approach that's often more suitable for service-based businesses, especially for solopreneurs or small teams.
Okay, break that down for me. What's the J-curve all about?
So the J-curve describes a scenario where you have high upfront investments
Okay.
and potentially slow initial returns. It's common with product-based businesses where you might need to invest in inventory manufacturing or marketing
Right.
before you start seeing significant profits.
Got it.
So this can be challenging for new entrepreneurs who may not have a lot of capital to invest up front.
So you're essentially playing the long game, hoping that that initial investment will pay off big time.
Exactly. But for service-based businesses,
Yeah.
especially those offering specialized skills or expertise, a high-ticket, low-volume approach can be more advantageous.
What does that mean in practice?
So instead of trying to serve a large number of clients at a low price point,
Right.
you focus on attracting a smaller number of high-paying clients who
Yeah.
value your expertise and are willing to invest in premium services.
That reminds me of how Ali shifted his focus from creating lots of free content to developing his high-ticket academy.
Right.
He realized that his time and expertise were valuable,
Yeah.
and he could create more impact and income by working with a smaller group of dedicated students.
Exactly. And this approach often allows for a better work-life balance and greater control over your schedule.
Yeah.
You're not constantly chasing new clients. You're building deeper relationships with a select few.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But how do you position yourself to attract those high-paying clients?
Right.
And how do you stand out in a crowded market?
That's where the idea of becoming a key person of influence comes in.
Okay.
This is another one of Daniel's key concepts. He argues that as you scale beyond that initial 10K per month mark, you need to establish yourself as a thought leader in your niche.
So it's about more than just offering a service. It's about building your personal brand,
Yeah.
becoming a recognized expert.
Exactly. It's about creating valuable content, speaking at events, engaging with your community, and showcasing your expertise in a way that attracts the right clients.
That's exactly what Ali has done. He's built this massive following by consistently sharing valuable content, building relationships, positioning himself as a go-to resource
Yeah.
in the world of productivity and online business.
And that's why he's able to command a premium price for his courses and services. He's not just selling information, he's selling his expertise, his experience, his reputation.
This is all incredibly insightful, but I'm wondering, how does Ali manage to juggle all of this?
Right.
I mean, creating content, running a business, managing a team.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
And that brings us to another crucial aspect of building a sustainable business.
Okay.
Scaling without burning out.
So we're talking about scaling without burning out,
Yeah.
which feels like the holy grail for so many of us
Right.
who are trying to build something meaningful. How do you grow without ending up overwhelmed?
It's the classic entrepreneur's dilemma, and it's something that Ali's openly grappled with, as his business has grown. And Daniel actually offers some great insights into this.
Right.
He talks about the importance of building assets, not just a job.
Okay, so what does that mean in practical terms?
Right.
We hear build assets all the time, but how do you actually do that in the context of an online business?
It's about creating systems and products that generate income even when you're not actively working.
Right.
So, think about Ali's courses.
Yeah.
Those are digital assets that can be sold repeatedly without him having to reinvent the wheel each time.
So it's like building a machine that works for you 24/7,
Exactly.
even while you sleep.
Yeah. And it's not just about digital products. It could
Yeah.
be building a strong team, developing intellectual property, or creating systems that automate tasks.
This is reminding me of Ali's struggle with his high-touch coaching program.
Yeah.
It was profitable, but it wasn't scalable, and it was taking a toll on him personally. He was trading time for money,
Yeah.
which isn't a sustainable long-term strategy.
It's a trap that so many entrepreneurs fall into, especially in the early stages.
Yeah.
You get so caught up in serving your clients
Yeah.
that you forget to build systems that can support the growth of the business.
So how do you make that shift?
Right.
How do you go from working in your business to working on your business?
It's a gradual process, and it requires a mindset shift.
Yeah.
It's about identifying the tasks that can be delegated, automated, or systematized.
Right.
It's about investing in tools and technologies that can streamline your workflow.
Okay.
And it's about building a team that can support you as you grow.
That makes sense, but it also sounds expensive,
Yeah.
especially for someone just starting out.
Yeah.
Do you need a lot of capital to start building assets?
Not necessarily. It's about being resourceful and prioritizing the right investments.
Okay.
So, for example, you can start by documenting your processes so that they can be easily replicated by someone else. Or you can invest in affordable software that automates tasks like email marketing or social media scheduling.
Those are great practical tips.
Yeah,
It's about taking small steps, making gradual progress.
exactly.
You don't have to build a massive empire overnight.
And remember, building assets is not a one-time task.
Right.
It's an ongoing process of refining, optimizing, and expanding your systems as your business grows.
Ali's decision to transition his live cohort to a self-paced model
Right.
is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
He's essentially taking an existing asset and making it even more scalable and sustainable.
It's a smart move.
Yeah.
He's leveraging technology to reach a wider audience, reduce his workload, create a more passive income stream.
That's the dream, right? To create a business that generates income even when you're not actively working.
I know.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
This all sounds great in theory,
Right.
but it can be daunting to actually put it into practice. Where do you even begin?
I think a good place to start is by identifying your biggest bottlenecks. What tasks are taking up most of your time? What processes are causing you the most stress?
Yeah.
Once you've identified those pain points, you can start exploring ways to streamline them or automate them.
That's a great starting point. It's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
I'm also thinking about the mental and emotional aspects of scaling.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It can be lonely at the top.
Totally.
The pressure to succeed can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
How do you stay grounded and avoid burning out?
such an important point, and it's something that's often overlooked. Like building a successful business is not just about strategy and tactics.
Right.
It's also about cultivating resilience, self-awareness, and a strong support system.
I love that you're bringing this into the conversation. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Alia has talked about the importance of prioritizing his mental and physical health, even amidst the demands of his growing business.
He's setting a great example. It's about creating boundaries, setting realistic expectations, and finding healthy ways to manage stress.
Right.
Whether it's exercise, meditation, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones, it's crucial to have outlets that allow you to recharge and stay grounded.
That's such a valuable reminder.
Mm.
It's not about sacrificing your well-being for the sake of success.
Right.
It's about creating a business that supports a fulfilling and sustainable lifestyle.
Exactly. And that's why I find Ali's story so inspiring. He's not afraid to experiment, to evolve, and to prioritize his own well-being while pursuing his goals.
Yeah.
He's showing us that it's possible to build a successful business without burning ourselves out.
This has been such a thought-provoking deep dive. We've covered everything from finding your niche to building assets to scaling without sacrificing your sanity.
That's a lot.
It's a lot to process.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling incredibly inspired and motivated to take action.
I'm glad to hear that. Remember, Ali and Daniel's journeys are just examples.
Right.
The key is to extract the principles and strategies that resonate with you and adapt them to your own unique situation.
It's about finding your own path, not copying someone else's.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that building a successful business is not just about the bottom line.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your work with your passions, creating something that brings you joy, and building a life that you love.
Beautifully said. And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.
Yes.
Embrace the challenges, celebrate the wins, and never stop learning.
That's such great advice. So for all of you listening, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Take that first step, build something amazing, and don't forget to share your journey with us along the way.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
So that was today's episode of my Side Hustle Weekend podcast. For everyone listening, if you're ready to take action on what you learned today, here's where you can find more resources. First, head over to sidehustleweekend.com. I've put together detailed guides, templates, and case studies. And while you are there, don't miss out on my free newsletter, Side Hustle Weekend. If you found value in today's discussion, hit that like button and subscribe to join our Weekend Hustlers community. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our episodes where we break down more side hustle strategies. Check the description below for all the tools and resources we mentioned today. Remember, everyone's journey starts with a single step. Whether you're looking to make an extra $500 a month or build something bigger, start with what you learned today and take action. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll break down another practical way to grow your income.